Oi! That's just how this episode is going to begin. Just oi. Janky hack. Janky hack, mate. Oi, mate. No. Too many, Just Cook references. No, I don't know. What are we doing back in Chapter 1? Well, you'll see what we're doing back in Chapter 1. We're getting the rainbow flowers, so leave me alone. Oh, it's so pretty, and birds and nature, and I like it. I like nature. I like nature. I wish I lived in nature, but I live in a city, so... Yeah, anyway, there you go. Today is January 29th. I'm like, I don't know, feeling anxious about life. And wanting January to be over. I don't know. I guess everybody is feeling kind of anxious with the pandemic. People are feeling anxious normally, but you know the pandemic has kind of brought up a whole new slew of just issues that people kind of have to deal with. But hey, at least we're kind of like all being like more proactive about our mental health. So I don't know, not like, oh, the pandemic is a good thing, but it has some silver linings. Most importantly, that pandemic has helped me, I won't say find love, but let's just say make friendships with people who are a bit further away than my home city. So I don't know. We're not talking about that right now. Anyway, we're talking about ice and snow and mountains. Up here is a hidden passage that I didn't know about, and I'm going to show it to you right now, because this is how you get the secret passage. You go straight across, basically. So you go up here, or you have a lot of difficulty with the springs, and then you go over. So, this is kind of funny. This is like that, jiggy that you see way early on, and it's kind of like teasing you. It's like, man, how do I get that? But you have to, I did not suspect there being a hidden passage there in the ice cave, whatever. Usually hidden passages are pretty clear from the way the illustration is done, but I don't know, I had no idea. The game had me completely and utterly diddled at that point. I've been diddled again, like Plock. So anyway, I was talking briefly about Family Tracker in the last episode, which I have not written a song on yet or anything. I'm kind of only just beginning to understand it. I've spent a while kind of like looking at the demo songs and like gradually being like, oh, that's how they do it. That's the last rainbow flower on that page. So cleaning up chapter 1 a little bit. So I think this is the last rainbow drop in all of chapter 1. So that's exciting. I still have a lot of Jiggy's puzzle pieces to find, and that I may have to like go through Jay Bizzo's 49's entire walkthrough and make like a Word document, and then watch my entire playthrough and go cross-reference it with the Word document. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I don't mind. It's gonna be a bit of a chore, but I don't mind. It'll be fun for me. School is like a little bit stressful, but like, it's I have plenty of time to do Let's Plays, to do stuff that I want to do. So school is basically stuff that I want to do, but I don't know. It's stressing me out a bit right now. Because it's college, and college stresses you out, and I'm in my last year of undergrad, and things are not as simple for me as just enter the workforce once I'm done with my undergrad. So I have a lot to think about. Although I might enter the workforce, I might try to find like a quote-unquote ordinary job just for a short time. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have a lot of time to think about it. It's only January. I have another 5 months before I finish school. And that was a very long... I got sidetracked from talking about Family Tracker. I got sidetracker, Family Tracker. That I know that wasn't a good joke, but please forgive me. I don't know. I like it though. I wonder if it's what, like, you know, Jake Kaufman used for Shovel Knight or Rainbow Dragon Ice used for the Messenger. But I really like what those fellas have been doing. As you all know, I love Shovel Knight and I love the Messenger. Messenger Picnic Panic, I will return to that. And Shovel Knight, I'll do that at some point. I feel like my next playthrough might be a Kirby game. Or several Kirby games. Maybe. I'm just teasing it out there, but that's what I'm thinking. I kind of hate that. It's becoming harder for me to just enjoy an LP in the moment. It's like, oh, I gotta finish it quickly so that I can move on to the next one. Because the next one is gonna be so exciting. And then I'm in the middle of doing one and then finishing it, and I'm like, the next one is gonna be more exciting. It's kind of unfortunate. I don't know if it's like just being an adult, but it's a thing that happens in life. It's kind of sad. That's funny that didn't show up on the map as a thing that we had missed. I don't know. I tried to get it missed, and I like how the animation was in the middle of collecting it. So, okay, so now we come back here and we're gonna try again to get that one. That one's from getting all the flowers, I believe. So we got all the flowers, but we never came back to this page for it. I like this right here. It's like, can we make it by squirting? And we can just barely touch the bottom corner of it. So yes, well done. I had a lot of fun during this recording session, actually. I had the sound from the game off, and I was listening to an album called Angel's Egg by Gong. And Gong is a weird band, and I have been listening to a lot of weird bands lately because I've been educating myself on progressive rock. And if progressive rock to you means Yes and Genesis, then you have a long way to go. I'm just gonna, you know, if you've never heard of Magma or Hatfield in the North or Caravan or, well, Henry Cow and National Health, I guess, and, well, yeah, a lot of those are Canterbury scene, and other weird things. I don't know. Magma is very weird, yes. Okay, so I know that there's a puzzle piece over there, but we just collected it. So I felt bad about this. So I looked up how you're actually legitimately supposed to get it, and there's like a hidden passage that leads you in there. But that happened to me twice during this recording session. I collected something without even seeing it, and I was I was laughing my head off because I love when stuff happens like that in games. But I was feeling bad because I was like, oh, but I want to make this like a walkthrough for my viewers, and I want them, you know, if they're playing along with Fluidity at home, to know where all the secrets are if they want to get them for themselves. Because if I pick up a secret but you can't actually tell where it is because it's still like hidden inside the wall, then what good is that? So I made that cut for your benefit, so you should be happy. No, I don't know. Yeah, thinking about this game, this is such a great game. It is really sad that I don't know how you would pick up this game anymore because the whole thing with the Wii Shop channel is now basically a thing of the past. So that's a little bit sad. I still have no idea what the sequel to this game is like. I know they made a sequel. I think it's on the 3DS. Not necessarily in 3D, but it was just, you know, came out on the 3DS because the 3DS took over for the DS. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of the DS or the 3DS. Mainly it's because, like, what my stupid cousins play all the time, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not editing that out. I'm sorry, I'm such a negative person. But yeah, yeah, it's kind of just like seeing my cousins play like the new Mario games on the DS, like all the dang time, kind of left a bad taste of the DS in my mouth, and so I was never interested in that console. I kind of turned around when I saw things like Ocarina of Time 3D, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what this can be used for. But yeah, the 3DS and the 2DS and the first original DS are still kind of gaps in my overall knowledge of video games. But that's okay. So all that to say, this game does indeed have a sequel. It's called Fluidity Spin Cycle. It came out, I believe, on the 3DS. It came out 2012, maybe? Because the original game was either 2010 or 2009, and so the sequel was probably 2012. I saw like a trailer for it, and I saw that the water and like the clouds and stuff had like these little cute cartoony faces, and I was immediately turned off. I was like, I did not like the cutesy art style. I thought it was weird. Also, this rubber duck's physics are very weird. It bounced off of the edge of the cliff, and it floated for a year like it was on the moon. So I don't know. The gears are a little bit more predictable because they have actual Earth physics. I don't know why the rubber ducks have such weird physics. It's like, yes, rubber ducks are filled with air, but they're still subject to Earth's gravity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why the game developers gave the ducks such weird physics. Maybe they just because they wanted to make them something different. So that was a bunch of weird, incoherent rambling about like 100 million different subjects. So here's a thought. How are you doing today? I'm listening. It's okay. Think of me as your therapist. I'm gonna do like Davey504 does. Uh-huh. Oh, that's great. I'm so happy for you. Aw, that's too bad. I know. I'm sorry that you're lonely. I'm a little lonely too. Well, you can get through this. I believe in you. There are people who love you and who will take care of you. And there's always, I don't know, there's always the moon. The moon is cool. There's always ice cream. Ice cream is pretty cool. And there's always racquetball. No, I don't know. Make a terrible therapist. Yeah. A lot of, so it's the pandemic, right? Of course, yeah, we've all established that, and I'm looking forward to this pandemic being a thing of the past, but, you know, it looks like we've got at least another year of it to just kind of wait through. and become wiser because of. But it feels like most of my social life is just like seeing what other people have to say on Facebook, and I've been seeing a lot of posts from people who I'm not necessarily in touch with on a day-to-day basis, and people who are just kind of like old acquaintances or old school friends. And a kid who I went to elementary school with has been posting a lot about how unfortunately he had to put his cat down. I don't know what happened. His cat had some sort of illness, and so I was just seeing post after post about how much he's gonna miss his cat. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to, I guess I could text him, but it's kind of a weird thing. It's like somebody I haven't spoken to. And I did actually see him a year ago, but it was, I don't know. It's not somebody who I've kept in close contact with over the years. So it's just kind of like an interesting thing. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Sorry to make this episode such a downer, but, you know, these things happen. My friends have had a few pet deaths. Like my friend Jordan had a cat death, not recently, but I think like 2 years ago. And then sometime in the last year, my grandparents had to put down their dog. And I still remember vividly when their dog was a puppy. I was like 7 probably, but or even younger. But she was having problems with eyesight. She was having problems walking. She couldn't even get up like from the living room to the kitchen or whatever was like 2 steps, and she had like extreme trouble with that. So yeah, a lighthearted subject for today's episode. I have no idea where my mind went, but see you in the next episode of Fluidity, where we'll be getting more rainbow drops and puzzle pieces, and it'll be fun and colorful and happy.